Hey, welcome to the Bluejay Banter postgame show. We're live here at Let It Fly. It is a rowdy scene in this place right now, so this is a place to be after Creighton games. I'm Tim Kruger, my co-host, the Godfather, former Jay Ross Ferrarini, former Jay Josh Jones. Jay's win on the exhibition trail 95-48. We'll be breaking down the game for you, talking lots about the individual efforts tonight by the players. Then later on, we got a real treat. We're going to have assistant coach Steve Merfeld joining us live right here in the studio to break down the game. We'll ask him some questions about some of the things they were trying to do tonight. And then later on, Trey Alexander, leading scorer of the game, 22 points tonight, will be joining us live right here.
I'm like, that's it, 22?
That's all he had, but I can't wait until we get the stat sheets because that must have been 22 in about 16 minutes maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
That's why I said that's it.
You were on the floor, Josh. What did you think?
I thought it was good, man. It was healthy because with all the drama on the off season, man, it's like the city been waiting on it, you know. And finally to have it happen, regardless of how they played, who did what. I was just happy to see it back. College basketball is back, baby. You feel me?
Yeah, it feels crazy that it's back. I mean, it seems like yesterday was the San Diego State game. So it's fun. Monday gets going. I know Tuesday we play Florida A&M, but most games are start on Monday, so it's gonna be fun to watch other teams. It was fun to watch a bunch of new faces in the second half. I didn't recognize half the roster.
Right. Yeah. And aside from that, I don't know if you guys paid attention. It was like a Omaha connection on the floor, bro. You had Josiah Dosler and a few of those guys from
Wayne State.
That was cool. Just
had
to
some
see.
Miller North kids, Omaha South.
That was cool to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
JTT was out there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was tight. Jay Saunders.
Yep. Yeah, there was a lot of Omaha out there. There really was. It was great to see. 95-48. We were kind of talking before we started. First half was pretty impressive. The starters played a fair chunk of the first half.
Right.
Looked pretty good out there. Then the second half started, and the starters got into kind of a slump, and we kind of went with the second team, and they got into a little slump.
Right.
There's some sloppy plays, some turnovers. We were kind of getting out hustled and out rebounded both, don't you think?
Yeah, but it's one of those things where, I mean, you know, me and Ross played together. Sometimes when you play those games, just as a player, like, I'm not saying like you don't play to the level of your competition, but like you kind of like get checked out a little.
They're just sloppy. Yeah, they're sloppy games.
Yeah, you know, it's just a sloppy game.
Hey, we could be St. John's. Losing to a Division II school.
To Pace, right.
Wait, whoa, that happened?
Last weekend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow, where I been?
I don't know, but
man.
How'd you like to be in that practice the next day with Patino?
Oh, my God.
That would not have been fun.
But Jay's easily handled them. But through that stretch when they were kind of struggling, I felt that Jonathan Lawson kind of held them together. He hit some threes.
Yeah.
He got some rebounds. He was making some nice passes.
Yeah.
Made some nice hustle plays. Mason didn't do much on the offensive end tonight, but he did make some hustle plays in that stretch too. And then they kind of got it going. Frankly, when we put in the red shirts and the first-year players, we really took off.
Yeah, I think Jay Law, the thing I like about him is like he's like a gamer. You know, I feel like obviously he got I personally think that he got a little ways to go to kind of get his feet wet, learn the system, you know, develop his IQ to be a little bit stronger just for the overall feel of the game. That just takes reps and experience. But like once he actually got the ball, it's like, oh man, he can play. Like he got a bright future.
Yeah, you know? He's got good length too. I think defensively he's going to be a huge. A huge positive.
Right.
His shot will come. He still kind of shoots it a little bit. His release point's a little bit low. Right. But you're right, Tim. He did a lot of nice things.
Jonathan Lawson,
yes, correct.
But boy, he knocked him down though.
Yeah.
I mean,
he did. He shot. He made a few. He shot it well.
Was he 6 of 10 in the Bahamas?
Yeah.
And then in practice, the practices I've gotten to, he's been knocking them down consistently.
Exactly. Yeah.
And tonight he made his first 2. So
yeah.
Hey,
what you guys think about Isaac Trout?
He's a big kid.
Yeah, from my perspective, I feel like coming from Virginia, I was like, man, their offense got to be methodical because kind of look a little slow. you know. But then again, though, it's like he got spurts where it's like you can see what he's going to be
Right.
as the season progresses.
Right. Yeah, I think there's probably a little bit of that. Like you come from Virginia, all you're doing is screening for 25 seconds.
Yeah.
And it takes a little bit of adjustment to come down here and, pick and pop and 5 seconds in the shot clock. Like
Right.
they want you to take a three.
Yeah.
Or take your shot or move the ball. It's just a little bit of a learning curve for him. But I like Isaac a lot. He can shoot. He can really shoot the ball, and he's got really good size. Yeah, he just needs reps too. Same with Jonathan. Like a lot of these guys just need reps, and everything will fall into place.
It's not really about being critical this game. It's just more so about like what do we analyze of what's to come as they put it together game by game.
Right, exactly. And we didn't get a lot of that position tonight, frankly, from Mason and Isaac. But yeah, you can see pieces there, y'all. I mean, I was talking to somebody in practice. It's so amazing. You put Mason in the corner, it's down. I mean, it's like a layup.
Yes.
But you put him out on the wing, and he's just an average three-point shooter.
Right.
You put him in the wing, he's elite.
Yeah, exactly.
Or in the corner, he's elite. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy.
I just think it's a matter of, for him, it seems like every team he's played on, he always been like that stretch four. And the guys that seem like that he played with always made plays, pinning and kicking. I think he's got to be used to that. For some reason, he just gravitates to the corner,
Yeah.
So
Josh Townley-Thomas had a terrific run when he was in there. I mean, I would say the red shirts and first year guys, I would say they ran about 8 minutes there, 7-8 minutes at the end of the game. He's looked very impressive in practice, and I'll tell you what, you could tell out on the floor he can belong. Yeah. Now again, he's going to redshirt this year. Coach Mack today at the luncheon announced the red shirts of Townley-Thomas, Knox, who had a good game tonight.
Yep.
Who else is redshirting? Oh, Brock Weiss.
Yeah, Brock. Yeah.
So those guys are redshirting. Now, I could see in the center position potentially something. If something would happen like last year where we got a little short, we might pull something. But Mac doesn't like to pull those red shirts.
No, not at all. And I think for me, I think Brock got a lot to learn playing at this level and playing for Creighton at that. I think this year will be huge for him. I can see him being a bruiser, but he can shoot it. Like I think that he can develop, into like a stretch four, maybe like a small five, I just think this year will be good for him. That's me. Me and Mac always laugh whenever I talk to him about his players, because I see the like a different potential that he sees in them. But like at the end of the day, though, like it's just a matter of people believing in themselves,
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, Isaac Trout, somebody said something about maybe we're trying to compare him to somebody that Creighton's had. Maybe Toby Hegner, maybe something like that.
I say Toby Hegner with a release quick as Rocky. Like he can get him up. I'm trying to tell you. You like trust me. Like
he's bigger. He's bigger than Toby too. He's bigger than both of them.
But he plays like Toby, and his dead three mindset is like Rocky to me. He's ready to get it off.
So as soon as he crosses half court.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. Shout out Ethan Rocky, man. The lumberjack, he a legend, bro. What you think about Ashworth? I was impressed with his handle. Like,
he can play, man.
He's mature, bro. Doesn't get rattled for nothing.
He doesn't. He goes in very controlled into the lane.
Yeah.
And picks his spots and makes that pass he made to Fred was beautiful.
I know, man. Yeah. Yeah, Fred just gotta. I just want Fred to just get that beast out of him, man. Just like meet everybody at the rim, try to dunk everything. That's just every time I talk to him. Like I said, when I joke with Mac, I be trying to pour in some extra inner potential in people, man. But he's gonna be special. He's came a long way from last year. You can tell that he's like matured in the offense, and it's not raw talent. He's just ready to play his role.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, about a minute, and we'll be right back for Coach's Corner when we'll have assistant coach Steve Merfeld join us here on Bluejay Banter live at Let It Fly.
Good turnout in here tonight. Is that normal?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Hey, welcome back to Bluejay Banter postgame show. We're live here at Let It Fly, and it's time for Coach's Corner. And tonight we have assistant to the head coach, Steve Merfeld. Hey, Murph, how's it going?
Oh, great. Wish they were all that easy.
I like to pick on the negatives. So the start of the second half, we kind of went into a lull there, and then we went with some of the reserves in, and then we kind of got out hustled for a little bit, out rebounded, and then I thought though that Jonathan Lawson kind of held us together there a little bit, hit some threes, hustled a couple rebounds, made a couple nice passes.
Yeah, actually, you're wrong because we started the half on an 8-0 run. The first 4 minutes we were +8, but after that there was a lull for sure. The next two sections, I think they won by a point or two. But yeah, I mean it's hard when you're up that many points. They lose focus a little bit. But all in all, I thought for the most part it was a really good, concerted, concentrated effort at both ends of the floor.
Good. How'd you feel about the young fellas like Josiah Dosler and stuff like that?
Well, they got a lot of playing time, which is great. As I was walking out with Jeremy Anderson after the game, our strength coach, and playing in front of a crowd is a lot different than practicing.
Yeah.
And some of them, play different. Obviously, you mentioned Jay Law. I mean, he didn't bother him at all with people in the stands. He made shots and did some things. That's a great experience for those guys because, I mean, it's hard to play more than 8, maybe 9 guys. And those of you that have followed Greg McDermott, he's just not going to do that. It's you get in that rotation, and it is what it is. So great experience for those guys tonight. Obviously, we play a close scrimmage against Iowa State, but it's different when there's fans in the stands. And given that experience was very good.
Murph, what did you see from kind of your main core starting 5? Obviously, they're very comfortable playing together, but you add in Stephen Ashworth, who's been in a different program for a few years now. What'd you think about how they played with Stephen?
I think they played tonight the same way they practiced. I mean, it was really that's who they are. They're extremely unselfish. They're going to make the extra pass. They're going to find the open man. They're going to cut. They're going to move. Offensively, it's a real thing of beauty watching these guys. And there's going to be nights. I mean, we didn't shoot it well against Iowa State. We still found a way to win. But when you have guys making shots like that, it turns up your defense. And, for the most part, I thought we defended fairly well. I mean, they made some tough twos and hung around there for a while. But for the most part, pretty solid effort all in all.
Was that basically what you thought you'd get out of the game for what happened, or was there something maybe you were looking at?
It's hard because you don't know a whole lot about them. They don't know much about you. All we basically exchanged was a couple practices. So you really don't know it. I was impressed with Wayne State's top 6, 7, 8 guys.
Yeah,
they play hard.
They lost a lot from last year, and they play hard, and they're extremely well coached. And that's what you want. You want to play against a team that's well coached. The talent obviously is inferior. They're a Division II team, but you still have to guard their structure and be disciplined enough to stay focused for possessions. And when you play teams that are well coached, that it makes you do that.
I know, just watching you guys last year when Kalkbrenner had went down, we were a different team. Now watching you guys this year play, you got reserves in Freddie King. I'm not sure who else you'll put at the 5. How do you feel about if Kalkbrenner goes to the bench, that it wouldn't be just as much as a drop off as last year?
I think that's a great point. I mean, all those guys have improved. I mean, Fred's improved a lot. He's different, than Kalk is.
Yeah.
I mean, there's very few guys in the country that are like Kalkbrenner at both ends of the floor, for that matter. So, you still look at it. I mean, you still have to be lucky. You got to stay healthy. Any of those top 5 or 6 guys go down, it's hard. It's just difficult.
Yeah.
But I think we are a little better prepared this year than maybe we were last year. The 4 spot, obviously Mason Miller has won that spot. Isaac Trout is right there. And Jason Green was pressing, for some playing time right before he broke his hand. So there's 3 options there, and we like all 3 of them. They're all a little different and produce in their own way.
Yeah.
On Tuesday, it starts for real with Florida A&M. I expect we'll probably see a little bit some pressure, maybe.
Yeah, you just never know. We have we'll exchange this exhibition game. They gave us an exhibition game, and traditionally, Florida A&M will be more athletic. They'll press up and run and jump a little bit, and maybe 3-quarter press us, try to get us at half court. But what we know about them is they're well coached as well. Coach McCallum's been around a long time. He was actually one of Dana's Altman's assistants out at Oregon. Some of the same stuff that they do, we expect them to run. And they're well coached. And again, they're obviously a low major school in that regard, but they're structured and they play hard. And that's what you want in these early games.
Well, thanks so much for being the first coach showing up here, being the guinea pig. We appreciate you coming down to Let It Fly, and we like seeing you and being able to break down the game. So thanks a lot, Murph. Appreciate
it as well. And I know everybody's looking forward to it. And this is a great atmosphere, a great post game scenario. So
Yeah,
appreciate it.
absolutely.
Guys.
Thanks, Murph.
Thanks,
All right,
Murph.
thanks.
That's assistant coach Steve Merfeld joining us here on Bluejay Banter post game. Let's go. Let's do a segment here before we bring in Trey. Unsung Hero. It's sponsored by our friends over at Equitable Bank.
Why don't we give it to Josh Townley Thomas? What do you think about that? You know, it's
Why- wait,
it's an
why?
exhibition.
No,
Because
yeah,
it's an
yeah, yeah, why,
exhibition.
yeah.
Like, he came in, he had his 7-8 minutes, he played well.
He dove on the floor, bro.
He made some things happen. Like, what other game is he going to get Unsung Hero?
Facts.
You know what I mean?
I feel you on that.
Hey, if you got somebody else, give me somebody else.
I don't really have anybody in mind. I just threw it out.
I just want to see what we thought. I feel you.
I was just going to tell everybody about Equitable Bank. They're probably serving Nebraska since 1882.
Respect. Yeah.
And, as years gone by, times have changed. Equitable Bank has changed as well with technology and providing new and improved services to their customers. So check them out. 2 great locations, one in the Old Mill right south of Schwab and one out in Elkhorn. That's Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. And we are now joined by number 23, our player profile tonight, Mr. Trey Alexander. Hey, Trey.
Hey, guys.
How'd it feel getting out there in front of the crowd?
It felt great. I mean, just for it to be an exhibition, it was great to see the love that we had. Student section always packed like it always is. So it was fun to get back out there and play against a different team and be able to put on a jersey. So
Yeah, man.
Yeah, your fellow students showed up tonight for an exhibition game, didn't they?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. I was saying to them that, man, it felt like you had like 5 points, bro.
Yeah.
Like to me, I say that as a compliment because like the game just come to you or whatever, man. Like, you got Ashworth now as your point guard. I know that frees the ball up a little bit more. Like, how does that make you like? How do you feel like he impacts your game to allow you to maximize, and showcase your skill in this game that you just had?
Yeah, I mean, he spaces the floor very well. He gets it off quick. He doesn't mind getting up off of the ball, which helps me. And honestly, I think that him being able to spread the floor like he does and really not minding to play off the ball helps me showcase my abilities. And I think that it also helps him showcase his shooting ability. So I feel like it works both in our favor.
For sure.
Trey, tell us a little bit about your offseason. Obviously, you went to the NBA draft combine. You got to do some workouts with a lot of high-level guys. Tell us just how that prepared you. I mean, obviously, we were just saying, we can't believe the season's already here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, so how do you feel coming into this season and the improvement you made in the offseason?
Yeah, it was great. It was great to play against some guys that are playing in the league right now and have some pretty big roles on some of these teams. So it was great to be able to get out there and play against those guys and see how you stand up against those guys and also get some feedback from some of the coaches on different teams. So being able to come back and play for blue and white again is just great. It feels good to be back, and it feels good to have such the great team and the great people around us that we have. So for me to be able to go back and get that feedback and just be in the position that I'm in, I'm very blessed.
I had somebody say to me tonight, your shot, you just, it's so smooth and you just look so comfortable. Do you feel more comfortable taking the jump shot now?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I know this offseason that we worked on that even more, just getting it off quicker. Mac said he wants me to get my attempts up, which he feels like it'll help me in the long run in terms of, just being able to translate to the next level because you're going to have quicker, stronger, faster guys. So, Mac, that was one of the big things that Mac wanted me to work on was getting my three off quicker and just making it look as comfortable as I could. And so it feels great.
So from my perspective, I look at your roster. You got Ashworth at the 1. You got Josiah as a backup. But if he doesn't come in, kind of talk about you playing the 1 this year. Like, what is that going to look like? And, like, how much of that do you feel like Mac is going to lean on you for?
I think when we get more into Big East play, I'll be playing a lot more 1. I think that Joe gives us a different look. I think that Joe pushes the ball very well, and I think that he's very fast with the ball in his hands. And I think that, kind of when the play slows down, I'll probably be playing the 1 even with Josiah in the game just because Mac just trusts me to have the ball in my hands come play time. But I think that come Big East play, we'll see a lot more of me playing the 1 and with Joe coming in playing the 2 and sometimes even Steven playing the 2.
Okay.
I know you guys were working a lot of practice. You guys were looking at a lot of half-court sets. I noticed a lot of them out there tonight, and they were very, very effective. Practice makes perfect, right?
Yeah. Mac is the best X and O's guy in the game. So,
Yes.
So I mean, some guys that haven't really, it's their first year playing for them. They come in early, about 30 minutes before practice, and go through all of our plays because we have a plethora of them. And if you don't know them, Mac's not going to play you. So, just those new guys really incorporating Mac's X's and O's, and just kind of some of the older guys helping those guys get to their spots and figuring out those plays.
Trey, have you guys talked as a team? Have you talked about the other rosters in the Big East this year? Because I know, the whole fan base is talking about how exciting the Big East is going to be.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys look at some of these other rosters and are excited for certain games, circle certain games on the calendar, things like that?
Yeah, for sure. For me personally, I always circle certain games. I don't.
Which one?
Marquette. Exactly. Yeah, and you always love playing your UConns, your Villanovas. But just the Big East. We was kind of talking about this at Big East Media Day. The Big East is probably the best it's been since realignment.
Man,
you have
almost old school Big East.
Exactly. You have 6 or 7 teams that can really make the tournament this year, and I think that the Big East is going to be very exciting. I think it's going to be a great run to see who wins the regular season and the conference championship. So we're excited. Obviously we can't wait to get out there and play against a lot of Big East teams, but the Big East is going to be great, and we're really excited to get out there. So,
how's the ticket process going for that Oklahoma State game?
I've been trying to. My team. None of my teammates know if their family's going. Right? Yeah, I was about to say none of my teammates know if they're going. If their people are going right now. But I've been telling them ahead of time. If you have any free tickets, I promise you, I will use
it. So you sound like me. Huh? Hey, I'm from Omaha, so imagine every game when I play.
Yeah. I was like, if you have any free tickets, I really need them. I will use every single last ticket on the ticket stand if I can. So just let me know. But it's gonna be fun to go back home and be able to play in front of a lot of people that I played in front of throughout my high school career, and even play against some guys at OSU that I was able to play against in high school. So it's going to be really cool to get there and have that little homecoming game. So,
what are you thinking about Tuesday night when it starts for real?
It's going to be great. I can't wait to see 17,000 out there. I can't wait to let it fly and
no doubt. So no pun. Great. Hey, what about what about the reserves in general? Y'all didn't really play a lot of guys last year. Yeah. How do you feel with the new roster that you got and the help coming off the bench?
Yeah, it's going to be deeper this year. We have Isaac Trout, who really shoots the ball very well, as you can see today. Obviously, Josiah gives us a different look at the one.
Yeah.
Jonathan Lawson stretches the floor really well. Obviously, Fred King played a big part in our success last year when Kalkbrenner was kind of sick. So we have about 9 to 10 guys that can play any given night. So I think that's going to help us down the stretch in terms of us just being able to, to show a different look. Matt can go with so many different lineups, and he'll be able to switch it up. It'll kind of play in our favor.
Yeah, for sure.
Trey, you're going to be with us a few more times this year. We love it. Congratulations on the leading score of the game. And we'll see you down the road.
Thank you.
All right. That's Trey Alexander, everybody. 22 points tonight to lead the Jays in the exhibition win, 95-48 over Wayne State. As we were saying before Trey walked in, we were talking about Unsung Hero. Yep. I'm okay with giving to Josh. How about you?
Or Josiah?
I was about to say Josiah. Only reason why I didn't say that is because I'm a big fan of. I feel you I redshirted, and I know how much he want to play, and I know how much that meant for him to play that game. But I say Josiah Doser just because I know the process that he's been through. Sorry. I've been to a few practices. We were even at a practice before, and you can tell that he's trying his best to prepare himself to be called upon. He wants to be an asset. Yeah. He's gotten better. He's gotten taller.
He looked comfortable.
Yeah,
it's a D2. But like we said, that. First of all, the league that Wayne State plays in is one of the best D2 leagues in the country.
Yep.
Okay. That team's going to win a lot of games in that league.
Yeah.
Okay, they've been successful the past few years in that league. So, Josiah I thought looked really, really, really comfortable. Now, it's going to be is he going to look really comfortable against Marquette or Villanova?
Yeah, there was glimpses where I seen okay, I can kind of see where the freshmen come, on the half court set. But overall, I think that he was comfortable and confident just from the practice reps. It's almost like literally everything that they practice. Correlated on the court. It's like they prepared for that moment. I think he got the jitters out. He got some reps, got a bucket. I think he's an unsung hero today, bro.
I just love the way he takes it to the hole.
Yeah.
He goes right to the rim. He's fearless going to the rim.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think he's going to be like? Like Trey said, he's going to play the one a little bit. You guys think Josiah's going to be ready to? I mean, I think Josiah can get more minutes if he's going to be a knockdown 3 like Farabello. Like imagine him playing the 2 with you got Trey playing the 1. If Steven is just taking a rest, like with Josiah, he can handle. I think he can handle in the open court better than Farabello. But if he can shoot like a 2, there's a lot of minutes to grab.
I think
I agree.
I would have right now. I would have more confidence in him just because Fran is really struggling with his shot right now.
Do you think it's a conference though?
I
mean, because even last year he struggled, but I thought that was his transition from the conference he was in coming to the Big East.
Yeah, he said he took some shots last year that he normally didn't take.
Yeah, okay.
And that's what was part of the problem. I truly think part of it too was that hamstring issue he had early in the season. Yeah, in the preseason.
It'll throw you
I don't think it's totally.
Because then after a number of games, you start off not shooting well. Like you're human, you look at your 3-point percentage, you're like, now I really got to shoot to get this thing. Exactly.
No doubt.
And it just kind of snowballs.
Yeah, I don't think he trusts it enough, and he's right. He's so valuable in Mac's scheme. Other things he does,
that keeps him on the floor.
He knows where to be.
Right.
That's the best I can put it. Yeah, that's why Mac trusts him. He knows where to be.
This game didn't really count for him, so to speak. Right. Like outside of the exhibition, Mac. Yeah, like you said, Mac knows how to lean on him and when to trust him and how to trust him. So I'm just curious to see how Josiah will step up in that manner. If there's anywhere where he can step up to help, it's kind of like picking up and bringing the same energy Farabello is supposed to be for on the team.
Hey, I just want to say that player profile tonight was Trey Alexander. It's sponsored by our title sponsor, CareMinders Home Care. They're huge Jays fans. We want to thank them for their sponsorship. When you're in need of care for your injured, ill, or senior loved one, reach out to CareMinders Home Care. Their agency is comprised of certified caregivers who have many years of experience. You'll receive versatile, flexible, and customized care, and it'll bring you such a peace of mind and such comfort. So give them a call, 402-532-1383, or go to caremindersnebraska.com. We want to thank Jim and everybody over there at CareMinders. Normally we have worst call tonight. We didn't really have a worst call, but I do want to talk about a couple rules that one I just learned of today. The other one is the block charge rule.
Yeah, what's that? What's different?
So what's different about that is they're basically taking you're not going to get a charge anymore.
Ooh, that's basically what you're saying. People get dunked on in the Big East. Bro, this is about to be crazy, bro. Can't wait.
Basically now, when the player, once the offensive player puts his foot down,
okay, like the first step,
the defender has to be set. If he's not, it's a block.
It had gotten a little out of control last year. I mean, guys were stepping in and at the very last second taking charges,
and they were getting them.
And it really kind of taken away from
the flow of the game. Yeah, I feel it.
It's a really hard call in general. I feel like they've made a million different rule changes to it throughout the years to try and make it as efficient as possible. It's a really hard call.
Yeah,
it just is. Everyone loves.
Let's see if this works.
But it's a really difficult call.
Let's see if this works. Another thing I learned from Mac today was that Iowa, he had the scrimmage with Iowa State, and Iowa State, I think, drew something like 105 charges last year. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
They took all those and sent it to an official, to review and look at it with the charge rule this year.
Right.
And Max said there was something like 8 of them would have been charges.
8 out of
105.
Man. Yeah, they need to change that rule. Yeah, that's a good rule. So, shout out to the rule makers.
Yeah. Now, the other rule I didn't know was, in the last 2 minutes, they could go and review a goaltend. Remember that?
Yeah.
Now they're going to be able to review it at any time, but the action's not going to stop. So in other words,
somebody like behind the scenes is reviewing and then they retroactively.
Well, they're going to wait for the next dead ball timeout. There's a timeout.
Yeah.
So Max said, call goes up, blocks one. They don't blow the whistle. Play continues on. There's a timeout. They go review. He goes, the other team could get 2 points.
Nice.
we might have gone on a 10-0 run, and really we didn't. We,
Yeah,
because the other team's going to get 2 points.
That's going to be fun in the tournament to watch.
Yeah,
Hopefully it's favorable for us.
hopefully, I would think with the goaltend, I mean, let's face it, that doesn't come into play that often.
Right.
It's not like it happens 10 times a game or anything. So I think it would be minimal. But to his point, he was saying, what if you had a goaltend on this end and then one on that end, and then one got overruled and one didn't? There could be a 4-point swing.
That'll be that can actually happen, bro. Like that's not even a rare scenario. Yeah, man, that's crazy. We'll see, man. Yeah. I just feel like controversy sells, bro. I like it, bro. Let's get it. Let's play, man.
Right.
Hey, speaking of blocks, you mentioned blocked earlier. We can't act like Kalkbrenner didn't get dunked on. Y'all seen that, right?
When in the first half?
Man, it had to be like I think it was the second half, man. Drop step, two hands.
I remember the one who tried to dunk on him and Kalk
rejected
sent it to.
No, that's the one they probably gonna put in the paper. But I think, man, two hands.
I don't remember the other one.
Yeah, man, I might have tried to find the tape.
I don't remember that one either.
Kalk is my boy, bro. But
Josh, I think. Oh, hold on. I know what he's thinking about. They had little kids during a timeout dunking on one of these little mini basketballs. That's what he's talking about.
See,
by the way, what was the deal there? I thought the little kid won easy. His dunk was far and away the best.
I had to go up to him after and say, "Man, I thought you won."
Yes,
you're right, bro. Ross, you were probably up at halftime or whatever, but we did a little Jay's dunk contest, 3 contestants, 1 dunk. The first guy went up.
He like the little
he was a small kid, bro, and he went up. Yeah,
he 2-hand tomahawked it,
and
bro.
went up, jumped in the air, and it was cool.
Right. But they gave it to the guy who threw it in the air,
and he was the taller kid.
Yeah.
But everybody in my section said, "Nah, he had a red shirt on. Let's hope there's a blue shirt in that bag."
Yeah, right. Yeah, we don't have to run that back.
They should do that. Like, okay, stuff like that. That's a good promo. You guys should do that at like the under 12 timeout in the second half. While the whole crowd's still sitting there,
right?
Because everybody's up at halftime.
Yeah. No. This was during the. Was it halftime?
But that's his point.
Yeah. Right.
Listen, right, Ross, you preaching to the choir, bro. I'll be saying that. Hey, matter of fact, when you see that change, I'm gonna thank you because I've been preaching it.
You do that again. Can you imagine we get a little kid out there goes between his legs or something?
I know, right?
The one, and they were getting the crowd. Get the crowd.
Right. It was great.
Hey, so all season long, our Worst Call Night's going to be sponsored by BluejayBanter.com.
Yeah.
It is a site for diehard Creighton fans. I'm just going to give you a couple quick reasons why. One, it's part of the Rivals Network, widely recognized as a gold standard when it comes to recruiting information. Bluejay Banter will keep you informed of any recruiting action Creighton has. We'll check in with the high schools and AU coaches around the country, plus as well as having inside access to the Rivals Network and their fine analysts. Also, it has a fantastic and active message board that you'll love, sharing opinions with other Jays fans. It's a lot of fun. Everybody really enjoys it. Daily interaction, and you'll get a kick out of that. Third, inside access to the basketball program with daily updates, practice reports, and so on and so forth. And then as a member, be the first to get any inside info that happens within the program. So check it out. Go sign up today. Go to BluejayBanter.com, sign up. And if you go to BluejayBanter.com, you'll get all the details. So check it out.
Hey, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Who do y'all think, from both of you guys, who's that? We know Kalk is going to be Kalkbrenner. We know Trey is going to be Trey. Steven's going to do his thing, and Trey going to ball out. Who's that other guy? Like,
I was thinking that earlier tonight. That's a good question.
We've seen a little bit of what they can do and be, but who's that guy? I do not know, man. That's why I'm excited.
Well, who doesn't count as being so used at Ashworth?
So
Trey,
Ashworth don't count because
I would say the four main guys.
Outside of the 4 main guys, and that's why I kind of talked about.
I feel like it's got to be Mason because Mason's probably set to play the most minutes of all the rest of the roster.
Yeah, it has to be. And I feel like I hope it's not him, and I hope it's somebody like Trout because I expect Mason to be that guy. But if you can get a guy like Trout to step up, because I feel like Farabello's role is just like he's consistently going to be
his role is his role.
Yeah. But outside of that, I think that Trout, if he can step up and actually we know he's gonna shoot it. But if he can rebound, if he can do certain key like things that you don't see on the stats, I think that is what's gonna get us over the hump of anywhere we want to go.
Right now, and that's the thing. We got a two-headed monster there, right? So we don't need, 25 points from one guy. We need combined 18.
There you
know what I mean?
There you go.
And right now, Trout, they're working a lot with him on just technique on defense. Mac was showing they were doing some ball screens the other day, and Mac was showing them, hey, if you get out here, look how much further you can come out and affect the dribbler versus being on this side of his hip. And Mac should look, you're gaining this much space. So little things like that, I think Isaac's learning on the defensive end. So I think defense, and yes, I think rebounding too. He's got to be able to do it on the board.
You need him there, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, like BPI, we look great, but I think once that conference play comes, I think we got a few players, maybe 3, that's going to get really picked on, and I feel like it's going to be Ashworth
when he's playing defense. Yeah,
I think it's going to be Ashworth for sure. Just because a different conference, smaller guy. He's tough though. I'm not saying he's not holding his own.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be Ashworth. I think Trout is gonna be another one. The Big East, one of those conferences where I feel like the 3s and the 4s, man. Like imagine Sunogo last year or some of the other guys. Like I think that's a pivotal position. And I think the 3rd is I'm not gonna say Farabello because like I said, his role is his role. But I think within that, I can't wait to see what Freddie King is going to do when he's a sub. Like, I'm very interested to see that. He's came a long way, but, like, I want to see, like, because today kind of showed me, like,
can Fred build off of last year?
Yeah.
Can he play more minutes
at a time? That's what I'm trying to say.
Like, can he look like he's really in shape and I'm
not worried, but I'm curious.
Yeah.
Of those 3 guys. That's just my take.
Yeah. I would agree. I think. Again, he's got to come a long way in the defensive end. But if Jonathan Lawson can give us solid minutes, that he could be that guy, and he continues to stroke it.
Mac's going to use him like, we need defense. Make a play. They're going to put him in for that. And what he does after that is on him.
Yeah. I do want to talk. We were talking about the Little Tykes dunk contest tonight.
Yeah.
But, some changes tonight, right? Yeah. The beginning of the game, they kind of played the
the legendary Sirius.
Yeah, they kind of played the Husker Walk. I don't know how that's going
to. That song is the
Chicago Bulls.
Come on, man.
Yeah. They played that?
Yeah.
For what?
For the starting
lineup. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I know.
But you're a Spurs, so
yeah. But Josh, you know what fans are going to be? They're going to be like, "Why are we playing the Nebraska song?" That's what they're going to say. I don't have a problem with it, but I mean,
but if you had to replace it, there's nothing better, especially since Terrence Crawford knocked out Errol Spence. Eminem Lose Yourself would be crazy, right?
That would be good.
But yeah, that was okay. The smoke behind the backboard, it's fine. I'm glad they got rid of the fire. I'm glad they got rid of the fire.
I feel you.
It was fine, but that wasn't cheap doing that.
No, and it was only for like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like, real quick, get the fire, and it was over.
There were some other things.
I thought Power was good, then Kanye started kind of talking crazy.
There's a lot of people that miss Power.
Yeah.
Sure. I got the beginning starting lineups. They had the Blue Jays around the banner with the light blue.
Yeah,
that was all right.
Great. Yeah, I felt like this year they've been trying to work better with the light show because when the famous Budweiser song comes on last year, the lights were on. And it was cool. Everybody was in it, but it's a different experience when you keep it at a mood and you build up into the starting.
Right.
That's how I seen it.
I saw some other. Help me out with some of the other promotions we had. I thought were good. You got to make the guys with the what's the name of that horn? I can never pronounce it.
It's the Vuvu's.
Vuvuzela. Yeah. But you got to make them put their head on the thing and run around like a baseball. Those guys were just going like
this. Let me tell you about that. All right, so for those of you guys, just to refresh your memory, we had is it Vuvu or Vuvuzela?
It's a Vuvu. Isn't it called Vuvuzela?
It's 2 Vus in there. Hey, it should be called Fugazela. No, but anyway, so for those of you guys who don't know what we're joking about, so we had under one of the dead ball timeouts or whatever, we had a Kelly's Carpet of Omaha, Vuvuzela, spin around 10 times, get dizzy, get a basketball, first to make the layup wins. You know, we want to protect our team and let them get all the coaching they need, so we only did it on the half court. We really want to have bats. But what happened was, you know that phrase, there was no bats. So I was like, give me the Bluejay.
That's what I was going to say.
No,
People probably know it from you see it at minor league baseball games.
Sir.
People do it and then have to run to first base or something.
We did not have bats available. I'm not blaming nobody. If you see this, shout out to George Crooks. He does his thing. Mike Odom. Those guys are great, but we're gonna turn up on that. We're gonna come.
But I thought there was a lot of nice improvements. Not even the stuff that you did, but other things too. I thought there were some nice improvements during the game.
Check this out. How about the Ronald McDonald House gave out a year's supply of Happy Meals, bro, on a dance campus?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I couldn't believe it.
Hey, when I was reading it, I said a year's supply. I was shocked in my brain, like, wow.
Josh started dancing. He was hoping he was going to win.
Yeah, man. That was cool, right?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna run it back again. What I do commend is this new crew that's in. They're trying their best to make Creighton be the best experience in the Big East. You know, I think they're off to a great start. Ross, I got a lot of tricks up my sleeve, bro.
I'm excited,
so
man.
if you see something different,
I'm excited
like
to see
that
it
dunk
all year.
contest,
Yep.
that's just the icing on the cake. You know?
Yeah,
so.
there was a couple of I was slipping my mind. There was one that I really, really, really liked, and I can't remember what it was. But
let me think. There's so we did a T-shirt toss.
No, we don't do that.
Yeah, something new. Wow. The it's just those two. I believe it was just the dunk.
Yeah, but there's
contest.
something else they did. I'll remember for the next show. I'll get the next
for sure.
game. But I liked it. I liked a lot of the things they did tonight.
I appreciate
so
that. It's a team effort.
Appreciate Mike Odom.
Yeah, Mike Odom, George Crooks.
Yeah, those guys.
Those are the leaders.
Those are new members of the staff,
marketing
and I
team,
thought they did a nice job for the first night to kind of get things going.
Sure.
And
we got to get Ross in this damn seat so he can see it. He missed all of that. No, I'm playing.
So 95-48 was the final. Boy, Murph jumped down my throat when I said they got the slow start. But my point was, it was not the first team was still in there when this slump started.
But you know, Murph he's still in the coach mode. Like he hasn't. You gotta recognize he haven't had.
He's very sensitive.
Yeah, he hasn't digressed yet.
He's a sensitive gentleman.
He's still thinking about that missed screen. You know that his player didn't go through. Trust me, we played. We know. But I feel what Murph was saying. We did some good things. We did get on a run. But from a fan's perspective or from a spectator perspective, it was a dead period where we didn't do anything that built momentum. And J Law came in and hit a three and kept us together. You were 100% right. It just was it was after that 8-0 run.
We're all kind of nitpicking on a 40-point.
By the way, Trey had 19 minutes. He was 9 of 11.
I'm telling you,
9 of 11.
You wouldn't have thought he had 22.
Wow,
right?
That's pretty efficient.
And so,
4 or 5 from 3.
Well, what do you guys expect from Baylor though? What type of year will he have offensively?
So tonight Baylor had so the starters all went 19 to 20 minutes. Baylor had he was 4-10.
Did he take any threes?
He took one at the end of the buzzer there at the end of the half.
Oh, okay.
But then he also took one other deep one. But he was 4 of 8 from 3. I mean, that's can't sneeze at that.
Yeah, I don't think
he had 8 rebounds total.
That's big for him.
Yeah.
Like if we want to,
he's a good rebounder for a guard.
Exactly. Like I think with this new lineup, the expectation of him will be more on the dirty work, and he'll be a grind. He'll grind his buckets out. You know, he'll have some spurts and some runs. Stephen flipping the ball in transition, but I feel like most of his work gonna have to come on the half court this year.
Stephen Ashworth, how do you like a 6-to-1 turnover ratio? Pretty good.
Ross, that's crazy. Yeah. And I know it's Wayne State, but at the end of the day, though, if you watch him, you can't rip him.
Yep.
Like
he's got really good ball skills.
Really good ball skills, and also what I pay attention to the sideline a lot. I pay attention to the player coach from the point guard position, and Coach Mack almost doesn't even have to talk to this dude.
No, those two are like
he knows everything that's going on.
They're thinking about one another constant, exactly their thoughts.
Exactly,
it's unbelievable.
Yeah, man. Like he was he might be the best pickup in the country.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just be honest. That's just. I mean, you in the best conference in the country. You went to the Elite Eight last year. You had probably one of the top 10 point guards in the country last year, all the way to bouncing back and getting another guy that shot as well as he did. Man,
Yeah.
He's solid.
You know who else had 8 rebounds tonight? You could sit here all day long and not guess. Brock Weiss had 8 rebounds in what? What did he have? 10 minutes?
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
bro. Talking about make the most of what you get.
Yeah.
I feel you on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He also had a lot of misses to go get too.
There was a lot of misses.
He was making shots.
Yeah,
Ross,
there
I
was.
think myself and Tim talked about this. If you walk up on this kid, bro, and you just fathom that his dad's a football coach, like he's almost like, is Rob Gronkowski is he that tall, that big? I mean,
He's
Rob
a big
Weiss
dude.
is huge.
He's a big
he's a
dude.
big dude.
Tall,
Yeah.
real talk. Real talk. Like, I was impressed. I'm excited for him. He just got to keep working. I think just to get a feel of what the Big East is, get a feel of what Creighton is. Future's bright.
So we talked a little bit with Murph about it. So Tuesday night's an 8 o'clock tip.
Man,
So we'll be on.
I think about my son.
We'll be
man.
on here about 10:15, 10:30, something like that.
I'll be here a little earlier, man. We had to debrief from the exhibition.
All right. Well, you did fine. 8 p.m. We're playing Florida A&M. They were 7-22 last year. Like Murph said, they typically like to throw a little bit of pressure at you. They're very athletic. They're playing the SWAC.
Yep.
They're not projected to finish very high in the SWAC this year. So,
but
Texas Southern's supposed to be pretty good again this year. So,
yeah. But
who we playing a week or 2 weeks? Yeah. On
2 Saturdays from
a
now.
week.
2 weeks
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah, but the style of play, I just feel like I'm excited about it. It's going to be a win, but I just think I like teams like that because they bring out other things of our team that we have yet to see with this new group.
Yep.
I hope these next 2 teams, Florida A&M and North Dakota State, can maybe
Get up and down.
pick at some of our flaws a little bit.
Yeah, that's
you
what
know,
I'm trying to say.
because then we got to be ready for Iowa.
Exactly.
You know.
That is what I'm trying to say. I hope that they key on our forwards. I hope that they. I want to see Ashworth in a position where he's getting back in transition, and I want to see how great the other guys get back to spots to hold him down.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, he got. They could have been more than once, but I just remember one time he really got isolated,
Yeah.
and then it was like, ugh,
Yeah.
okay, he's on an island over there. But
Yeah.
most of the time, I think our defense is, going to protect him, so
Right.
it's not going to be so bad.
Right. Have we ever been in a position where we start pressing?
Like you're saying, when we're down at the end of the game,
Yeah. Like, I don't recall us ever
we
being.
don't press often. We used to do it. We actually used to do it quite a bit when Ronnie Harrell was on the team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
He was so long at the point.
he had such length that he could kind of bother
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
in front of a press.
I can see Jonathan Lawson doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
yeah.
And we got a lot of potential with
Yeah.
this team.
All right.
Are we as advertised so far? Number 8.
I mean,
It's hard to say.
a friend of mine who was sitting next to me in the game said, well, we're not a Final Four team. Just by tonight's
Yeah.
performance. But again, like Murph said,
Yeah.
it's hard when you're
Yeah. Because you don't really judge it based off the other team. You look at, like, your team and how they perform
you
themselves.
can tell Mac, he knows so many people at Wayne State. He didn't want to rob the
No,
score,
I
so
know,
he's
he
calling
did.
out the dog. And
Yeah.
by the way, what a
I
classy,
seen Jimmy Moats.
what a classy move by him at the end of the game.
Yeah, what happened?
There was a walk-on, or the player down at the end of the bench of Wayne State was waiting to check in. Creighton got the ball. Matt called a timeout,
And
so
let him
he
get
would
in?
get to get in for 50 seconds.
That's what's up.
That was
man.
a classy move.
Yeah, no,
He's good at that. He
yeah,
recognizes
yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
sure.
All right, so we will be right back here, as we said, on Tuesday night when everything kicks off for real, right here at the Let Live Sports Bar. So, people, what you need to do, you need to call ahead and reserve a table, as you found out tonight, because
It's
this place
jumping.
was packed, and
Crowded.
it's packed here after the game as well.
Right.
So make sure you do that. Get down here early on Tuesday night, and look forward to the season kicking off. And there'll be tons of basketball on this big screens here that you can watch before the Jays game.
It's gonna be
But
a
8
great year.
o'clock, and we'll be here shortly, around 10:15, 10:30. And I want to mention Ross and I will be doing our first Bluejay Banter show, regular weekly show on Monday night right here. We're hoping to have Coach Flannery and some other guests. So
Tight, man.
tune into that 6 o'clock on Monday night, again on our YouTube channel. So thanks everybody for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It helps so much. Hit the like button, and we'll see you on Tuesday.